I just called the guy from, whatchamacallit, and he's not, here today. He helped me troubleshoot something else, but he's not here.
Okay,
So I'll just leave my phone on.
okay.
All right.
You know, we might be able to, connect that to this. That might work. Let's see.
Guys, you look so small in here. You look so tiny.
Lanny, can you hear us?
I can only hear through the phone.
Okay. Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah. Right.
Isn't it?
So let me change this. So this says no speaker.
This happened once before and I can't remember what you did to fix it.
Yeah, I don't remember. Now it says I don't have any. Oh, because I have it on that.
What's the girl's name that was at the front desk yesterday? New girl.
Latifa?
Thank you.
Okay. Very good. I have to run to ladies room real quick.
Eric,
Yes.
how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm hanging in there.
Good. Any lights at the end of the tunnel yet?
I can't hear you.
Any light at the end of the tunnel yet? Can you hear me now?
Now I can hear you.
Okay. Just so you know, you're on speakerphone.
Okay.
So if you talk about Nancy, she'll hear you.
Well, hi, Nancy.
You want me to walk you around so you can say hi to everybody?
Sure.
It's Lonnie. If you want to say hi.
Hello, say hi.
Hey, John, how are you? Yes, thanks, Nancy. No, I'm not going to, apparently. I don't have to. All I have to do is walk.
I'm still going to.
And that's a long time for you. That's almost a year for you, John. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Exactly. Thank you. Yeah, well, I'm so doped up on drugs, so you know how that goes.
All right, got.
All right, I'm bringing it back to see.
Okay, thank
Are you
you.
saying hi to everybody? I was like, what the heck's going on?
I don't know why I'm showing them the. It's not FaceTime.
Huh?
I was showing, I'm like, it's not FaceTime.
Oh. All right. Well, thank you guys. Happy New Year. I'm glad
Happy New Year.
everybody can make it. If this is an indication of 2023, we are all screwed really, really bad. But just to go over some of the things that we need to focus on in the upcoming year. We need to be open-minded. That's number one. That's huge. Our mindset is huge in the upcoming year. Hungry for growth, because business is not going to come to us anymore like it did the last 2 years, right? We don't have 2.5%, 3% interest rates where everybody wants to buy and everybody wants to upsize, right? Because of the opportunity with having such low interest rates. Those are all gone, right? Passionate about helping clients, that has to come back. You have to set yourself apart from everybody else in the industry. You know, when you go to Capital Grille versus when you go to Wendy's or Chick-fil-A, right? You're right. You know the difference, right? So that's the same thing when people are interacting with you. Are they getting a Capital Grille or are they getting a Chick-fil-A? What are they getting, right? Positive, you need to be positive. There's so much negativity in the world. Let's try to keep it out of the office and out of our conversations with other agents. collaborative and willing to share in order to help others. Funnily enough, I was talking to a manager yesterday and they were saying, oh, one of the managers wants me to share my calendar with them, but I put so much work into it. What would you do? I said, I would share it with them. If someone asked me to share something, that's like a compliment to me. Like, I'm always willing to share. You don't have to be the smartest person in the room. You don't have to know everything. And you have to be nice. We have to get back to being nice to one another again. That's something we lost in the last few years again. Nobody's nice anymore. Everybody's cranky and agitated and ready for a fight. So just some things that I just wanted to go over just as reminders as we start the new year. So what is the purpose of your real estate business? What is your purpose? Why are you doing what you do every day? If this thing doesn't work or this thing doesn't work, to make a profit, right? We can say we love helping people. We can say we can talk about all the things we love to do and how we're doing this because we love people. I don't know why this is happening. Oh, okay, maybe put this over here. Let's see if that helps. Okay. So to make a profit. So what are we doing this year in order to make a profit? Actually, I could just lower this and then I wouldn't have to hear all this. So what are we doing? What are some of the things we're implementing in our business? So one of the things we have to focus on is doubling down on lead generation opportunities. How are we getting more leads in our to talk to, more people to talk to, more people to interact with, right? Because people aren't coming to us like they were in the last 2 years. So now we have to have a plan in place, which we haven't in the past. I think it's working. Yep, that's right. I knew this day started out too easy. So hope is not a business plan.
Mhm.
If you have not done your business plan, it's really a good time to do your business plan. And I know a lot of you look at it and say, well, this is, a lot of this stuff I know. It's just a reminder of the things we're supposed to be doing on a daily basis to be successful. So if you haven't done your business plan, please do your business plan. So activity-based or lead measures. So if you don't have appointments, you don't have business. It's as simple as that. Appointments are the measure of your activities, right? So appointments are what we strive for every day, getting in front of people. So we have to contacts made, appointments set, open houses held, doors knocked, content sent. So equity reports, which we're going to talk about how they put together an equity report, marketing program for your clients, recruiting calls, and appointment sets. You don't do that, but you guys have to make prospecting calls, right? So monitor, track, and assess. If you focus on your results, there's nothing you can do about them. You can start to fixate on numbers that you can't change. You must focus on the numbers that get you listings and get you closings and that get your houses under contract. That's something actionable, right? You can't change if you made 15 calls and nobody answered. But you could make additional calls until someone does answer and get that one person that's ready to do something. So the top 5 sales activities we need to be focused on right now. Not calendared, not happening. So you have to have a calendar every single day in order to be successful and productive. Otherwise, you're being reactive every day versus proactive every day. Time blocking. As sales professionals, you know how important time management is when it comes to business generation. So you also know how many more things you can get in the way and suck up your time when you're running a real estate business. Time blocking exercise. So it's a very good practice to put together a calendar and plan ahead of what you're going to do. Your calendar should consist of your income producing activities, your personal activities, anything that you have to do for yourself, for your family. You need to have a quality of life. And the only way to do that effectively is by having everything in your calendar so you don't forget what you have to do. And when someone calls for an appointment, you look at your calendar, you say, I'm not available that time. Can we do it another time? You need to be in more control of your calendar. So income producing versus business servicing. So how much time do you spend doing what produces income versus how much time do you spend doing business servicing, talking to the attorneys, looking on GSMLS to see what listings came on the market, talking to your friends about what's going on in the market, right? All those things are servicing. They're just busy time. So there's business and there's busyness, right? So how many of us spend a lot of time with busyness? Got a minute? What's going on? Let me stop here. Let me talk to this one versus really focusing on your business every single day. It's huge, huge. So beliefs, relationships for life through constant follow-up, right? So we have to continually follow up with our clients. If they don't answer, we leave a nice message and then we follow up in a month or two. We put them on a schedule. Bring integrity to all our dealings. Maintain professional standards with clients and colleagues alike. That's a huge one. So maintain professional standards with clients and colleagues alike. How many of us are combative with the other agent on the other side? How many of us are not respectful to the other agent on the other side of a transaction, or vice versa even, right? We should always be working on a team with that agent. I hear over and over again, when someone's client gets the winning bid, it's because the listing agent specifically said, I liked working with you. I told my clients it's going to be an easy transaction. Versus you sending over a email with your client's contract and offer, never having a conversation with the listing agent, never, not even asking for a confirmation that they received it, right? It should be calling them up, having a conversation with them. I'm going to send it over within an hour or 2 hours. Be realistic in the time frame you're going to get it over to them. Then follow up with, did you get it? Do you have any questions for me? Right? You should be asking that listing agent, is there anything that your client's looking for that I don't see on here? Is there anything that would help us get to the closing table with you guys? My client really loves the house. It's about having personal conversations. So we have to get more, we have to get back to that. Create added value through the Weicker family of companies. Again, you have all under one roof to support you, just like we go on to Amazon right now for everything we need, because it's just an easy way, a consistent way to get us to, with the least amount of time, to what we want. The same thing with our Weicker family of services. That's why we're all put together. Provide personal service through responsiveness and attention to detail. I can't look at another picture online with a messy room, with a refrigerator full of magnets, all these crazy things that people don't take the time to do. I remember when I used to meet the photographer at a house, him and I would be sweating by the time he came out. We'd be cleaning, making beds, changing comforters, putting things under the counter, bringing them back out. We spent so much time preparing that house, even if the clients thought it was prepared for the pictures, because we knew what it was supposed to look like. Nobody takes the time to do that anymore. Nobody takes the time for something as simple as that. So attention to detail is huge. When you write a contract, make sure you write it up properly and completely. Don't send a half-written contract to an agent because you're rushing. All these little things that I see happening. We do what we say we will do. So if you say you're going to do something, then do it. Don't just say it to get to the, your offer accepted and then backtrack on everything you say. So your word is everything. And then again, getting back to build relationships for life through constant follow-up. Follow-up is key. Just freaking follow up with your clients. So consistency is undefeated. If you do anything consistently, you're going to get the results that you want. So a great book that I revisited this last week because I was home is Darren Daly's Compound Effect. If you have not read The Compound Effect, you should read it. It's a very small book. It's an easy read. And it's all about making small changes every day. So someone who wants to maintain their weight maybe just has to stop grabbing food from Anthony's office every day. It's something as simple and small as that, right? Literally. Just not taking the M&Ms out of the dish when you walk by. All these small little measures that you take on a daily basis consistently will add up. Not in a week, not in a month, not in maybe even a year. It takes a little time, so you have to be patient with consistency. You just have to do it in little baby steps. Don't try to take out a mouthful of stuff. Just try to take a little baby step. So I want to make sure that we get our open house board back on track. Obviously, we need listings for that. So listings are key to have an open house, but I want to get that open house board back on track so that people are going back to the open house board. And even if you have an open house and you're going to cover it, just let us know so we can put it up there. So we can have all the open houses back up there and people can see what's going on. I think it's key to have that going on again. And then how Weichert spells success. So I keep saying we have to get back to basics. This card was available when I came in 2006, and it hasn't changed today. Right? I give it out to all new agents when they start. Spend time on self-improvement, attend sales meeting, call sessions, training and role play with the buddy. Use our proven two-step process on every listing presentation. Always complete the getting to know you brochure, the first step in doors, well, not doors anymore, but, and the price trend analysis on the second step. Conduct a minimum of 2 open houses per month and display 8 directional signs, personalized directional signs per house. 3 open houses each month for new associates. Use our open house app to capture attendees who info and ensure that they get automated follow-ups. Call a minimum of 100 neighborhood homes weekly, a minimum of 200 calls for new associates using the Weichert calling dialogue and follow-up guide. Enter a minimum of 4 new contacts in your My Weichert database weekly. Target 40 touches annually to each via make sure calls, text, social media, drip campaigns, direct mail, and drop-in. So these are all the things you can do on an annual basis. Send out at least 250 direct mail pieces each month and follow up with phone calls and secure business by using our exclusive Weichert resources. So these are things that have been in effect forever, and they haven't changed to this day if you want a successful business. So I had handed out and sent out, and I'll do that again in the email today when I send this out, the 51 ideas to get listings. So there's a lot of great information. Obviously, you don't have to do 51. Pick the ones that you're comfortable doing and just do them. Right? These are just 51 ideas, but you don't have to implement all of them. Implement the ones that will make most sense in your business to get listings, because listings are going to be the name of the game, right? This market is not where it is because of the interest rates. I don't believe that. It's not because of the mortgage interest rates. It's because of the low inventory that we have. People are still buying. There's still multiple offers on houses with these interest rates. So that's not, they've gotten over the shock of the rise of the interest rates, and everybody's back to, okay, this is what our normal interest rate is. So that's all over with. That was a few months ago. That's all over with. But the low amount of inventory we have now, that's a whole different thing, right? That the amount of inventory is where we're having a problem, and we will continue to have a problem throughout the year. So that's why you have to be double up on your prospecting activities and getting in front of seller leads. So there's the success thing. So sales statistics. I always thought this was really great. 48% of salespeople never follow up with a prospect. 25% of salespeople make a second contact and stop. Not because the person told them to stop, it's because they didn't reach back out to them. So they took that as a negative, right? That they don't want to talk to them, right? But I always use the example of my dentist. My dentist secretary or his assistant, whoever, she calls me once a month. And she always calls me during work, because that's when she works, right? And I look at it and I'm always in the middle of a million things. And I said, I'm going to call on the way home because I need to make a dentist appointment. It's been 3 years. I have not made a dentist appointment. Okay. It's not, I know it's horrible, Anthony's face, but it's not because I don't want to make it. And it's not because they're bothering me when they call. It's because until that tooth starts hurting me, that's when I'm going to pick up the phone, no matter what time of the day it is or when they call, and I'm going to get into the dentist. The same thing with your clients. If they don't have a need at that time, they're not going to answer. They may have a good intention to call you back, but life gets in the way. So just think about that way. When they're ready, you want to be the one on top of mind that they do call and they do reach out to. So that's really what follow-up is all about. 12% of salespeople only make 3 contacts and stop, and 10% of salespeople make more than 3 contacts. 10%. So, which means 90% of your competition is no longer your competition if you're making 4 calls or more. So 2% of sales are made on the first contact. 2%. That's so tiny, right? 3% of sales are made on the second contact. 5% of sales are made on the third contact. 10% of sales are made on the fourth contact. And 80% of sales are made on the 5th to 12th contact. So don't give up easily. Just remember that. These are stats. Life happens to people. They're not ignoring you. They're not ignoring you. It's nothing about you. Forget about you. Don't even think about yourself. You have nothing to do with why they're not calling you back. It's all that what's going on in their life. So again, no shortcuts. So this is a new equity review that Wakert has put together because of the fact that in the last 2 years and 3 years, homes have appreciated so incredibly much. And a lot of homeowners don't know that. There's so much uncertainty out there and they're hearing all this negative news that they don't know what's going on. So you have to be the voice and the professional. So existing home sales median price percent change year over year. So this is from September of 2021 through September of 2022. Okay, so just look at the amount of existing home sales in 1 year, right? From 2021 to 2022. It's gone down from 14% to 8.4%. So we already know that, right? That's stuff we know. The peak home buying years is the Gen Z, right, to the millennial. Okay, so that's the people, buyers that you want to be focusing on. Okay, and that's from 20 to 34. Okay, not that everybody else isn't buying, but that's the biggest percentage of buyers, right, that we've been seeing in the last few years and that we'll continue to see. So the housing market, once adjusted to the new normal of higher mortgage rates, will benefit from continued strong demographic-driven demand relative to an overall long-run shortage of supply. So we're going to have a long run of the shortage of supply, right? So follow an easily repeatable process. Create your annual equity review report. Design a video or email message that provides a brief snapshot for your client's current home and value of what it means to them. Within 48 hours, follow up and schedule an in-person meeting to discuss the significance of their home valuation. Share your assessment report with your client. Discuss how the information can help them solve their real estate needs. Work together to create a plan to reach their goals, and ask for referrals. Always ask for referrals. People always want to help out other people. So here's a template to offer a free annual equity report. Hi, I hope you're doing well. Did you know that the median equity earned in a home sold in 2022 was $85,000? Coupled with the current low inventory market, houses like yours are still selling and multiple offers are still occurring, because I'm sure a lot of homeowners don't realize that. A great question I'm frequently asked is, how much is my home worth? But what people really want to know is, how much equity do I have? That's what they want to know. What am I taking home? What's going to be in my pocket? What do I have for my my retirement? That is why I am offering an annual equity review. Let's meet to review your equity and discuss your plans. Feel free to shoot me an email or text and we can set up a time to chat. Talk soon. So just a quick little email to your clients that have purchased a home with you. I don't care if it's 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 2 years ago, 1 year ago, a nice little email, because you're just providing them a value. That's what you're providing them, some value that they're not getting out there. So follow up your email with a call to secure an appointment. Hi, it's Missy from Wakert Realtors. I hope you and your family are doing great. How are the holidays? Happy New Year's. I'm calling and following up on an email I sent a couple of days ago. Did you have a chance to review it yet? I'm offering my clients an annual equity review report to uncover how the market has positively affected the cash value of their homes. If you have a minute to talk, I need an update on renovations to your home since we last talked. This will help to ensure my assessment is accurate. Great. Let's set up a time to chat, to look at your equity and discuss your future plans. Are you available some evening this week, or weekends better for you? Perfect. I'll send you a confirmation email with some additional details about the equity report. Is your email still? Looking forward to getting together. See you this time and this date. So purpose of the review is not only to increase your value as a realtor, but to build and maintain a rapport. Keep it simple, provide value, and help the client think bigger. Incorporate any information you know of their current situation. Example, retirement, family growing, major home renovation. Be prepared to answer analytical questions with more details. Market statistics, absorption rate template, current inventory analysis snapshot, and block at least 1 hour for each real estate review with each client. Always close for referrals. So what are your thoughts about the equity on your home? What would you do with it? How long do you see yourself living here? Would anyone you know be interested in this type of meeting? What are your plans for the home? All red text must be customized for your clients and changed to black. So slide 2, calculate the absorption rate. Don't get too specific, keep this high level. Only criteria needed is type of property, single family versus townhouse condo. Slide 4, calculate the absorption rate for your subject property. And slide 6, use only when your contact is looking into moving up if the numbers work in their favor. So here's a quick CMA or RPR for your homeowner. Or even better, create enhanced PTA for the property. The mortgage balance for previous clients, refer to your transaction records for the original mortgage amount. For other properties, use the MLS tax records or mortgage information. These records may only reflect most recent loan, which most of them do in our area, and then give them an equity estimate. So this would be your slides that you would be presenting to your client's name, equity review. You want to customize it, absorption rate for subject property town. So again, anything in red, is where you're gonna customize to that specific client and to that specific property. Here's the market absorption slide. And absorption rate to be described to your client is the absorption rate, simply put, is if no other homes were to come on in your market today, how many months would it take to absorb the current inventory? That's the simplest way to describe what absorption rate is to a homeowner. And then again, you could do subject property, you could do bordering towns, right? Maybe they're looking in other towns. We know you already identified that they might want to move up in other towns, so that's where you would add this. And then market scale for supply and demand, right? So Weichert has been studying market conditions for more than 5 decades, and found a direct correlation between market absorption and property values. As absorption rates increase beyond a normal market level of 5 to 6 months, property values depreciate annually. So note, this market scale is valid only for absorption rates between 1 and 12 months. So, and that's where we are right now, right? Most of our properties, our towns here are 1 to 12 months, maybe a little over 1, but nothing's changed. So here again, name of client, property address, estimated home value, mortgage balance, and equity estimate. So again, they put together a nice little presentation for you to provide to your clients, just to share with them where their equity is. Your home versus the home you'll purchase. So this is, again, this is slide 6. They said only if they're thinking about moving up, right? So this is where you would put that information. So past home A was 300,000. Currently it's 285. It might have went down a little bit, right? Home B is 500,000. Current 475. Cost of upgrades. And then how much they're actually saving. So again, it's a nice little easy way to have a conversation and revisit with old past clients that you've serviced in the past, to keep you on top of mind and share with you and continue to share with them that you are the market expert, right? That you're the one they need to reach out to. So anybody have any questions in regards to that? So again, just think of more ways to reach out to people and get in front of people and have conversations with people that are easy and informative, right? That's what we're trying to do, stay in front of our clients. So December office awards. I can't use this. Okay, so producers, top producers for teams. We have the lead team and the Elms Group. The lead team did over $2 million last month of December, right? Great numbers for the month. Vin's like, I just see me. That's all I know. Vin was like starstruck for a minute. And then he goes, oh, that's me. So congratulations, Mara. $3 million in the month of December. Quite impressive. Vin, 1.2 million, and Tara Epsky. So congrats on top dollar volume for the month of December. And then for the top 10, we have Mara, Vin, and Tara. Catherine Adcock, who was so excited I was having my meeting last night and not know where she is right now. Yay, you're having a meeting, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Dante, Joanne, Gloria, and Jacob, who was Mara's nemesis for about 5 minutes. Listings for teams with the Elms Group. We only had 3 listings come in last month. 3 listings. Think about that. Regardless of the times, we still have an office of over 100 agents, right? Like, that's crazy. Vin, for individuals, top listing. Look, you got the parking space, buddy. Trying to save you a gas with your upcoming college bills. We're trying to, every little thing we can do, we're trying to do to help you. And then top sales for the month, for teams, the Elms Group and the Lee team. And then sales for individual. We have Mara, Tara Epsky, and Dante. So again, congratulations, everybody. Then we have some, I decided to put together, I was not strong-armed at all to do this. The top 10 agents of 2022. Instead of waiting for February, March, April to celebrate these achievements, since we have this information now, right, it's great to put that out there and celebrate them. So don't talk, so top agents don't talk, they just act, right? They don't say, they just show, and they don't promise, they just prove. So here we go. So number 7 in the office as an individual. And these are all agents who did 10 million or more, okay? Is Catherine Adcock. Number 6 in the office was Jacob Wynn. It said top 10, but, well, so it is. And the reason why it doesn't look that way is because there's teams 2 in there. So they're rated differently. So there is top, so does that make sense to you? So if there's 4 teams and 7, if there's 3 teams and 7 individuals, that's the top 10. Okay? We didn't get to the teams yet, but understand like my math? Listen, it's January 4th, people. Number 5 is Cheryl Towie. Number 4, see? The Pollock Weiss team for teams. No, it doesn't go that way. See, number 4 again is Kim Brechka. See? Congratulations, Kim. I don't think being on here is a loser. For number 3 for teams is the Barbara and Betsy team. Barbara's actually in Ireland right now, and Betsy's away as well. So they're celebrating. They're celebrating their success. And number 3 is Vin Dotwani. Remember, this is in the office, guys. This is huge. I need a new picture of you, Vin. I definitely need a new picture of you. Do you have a new picture? Oh, okay. Huh? Well, no, mine is just blurry. Where I make it bigger, the pixelation. Number 2 as far as teams is the Elms Street Group, Priscilla and Michael. Number 2 as an individual, Gloria LaForgia. She had a great year. Number 1 for teams is the Lee team. Look how cute I did that. Isn't that beautiful? I did it all by myself. I'm your new MTS, people. And this is what everything will look like moving forward. I will just use the same template for the rest of the year. And number 1 in our office as an individual is Mara Glauberg. If she lets me share her numbers, I will. But she did about 32 million in dollar volume. That I can share. 32 million. She superseded Jackie Scurra this year. Yep. She superseded Jackie Scurra. I mean, that's quite, right? That is crazy impressive. So congratulations. Yeah, absolutely. So office birthdays and anniversaries, we have Pam Bello, Karen Crooks, Patty Baxter. So today is Pam and Karen's birthday. That's why Pam's not here last minute, because Scott was whisking her away somewhere that she didn't expect. Patty Baxter's is in 2 days, and everybody saw Patty Baxter got engaged the other day. Patty Baxter got engaged. Yeah. So exciting. What did he say? She say? It happens. That's a new thing that happens now. Jen Fox's birthday is coming up 1/9. She joined us today. Tara Epsky is 1/11. Joanne Bickers is 1/12. Wow, there's a lot of January birthdays. Kristen Muller, January 13th. Brenda Lee, the 17th. And George is on the 24th. And then our anniversaries. Lanny Weiss was January 1st, 15 years. Joan Garamone, 4 years. Deb Pollock, 16 years. Jerry LaConte, 8 years. Christine Calvarutis, 3 years. Patty Baxter, back 4 years, right? Rose Vastiello, 20 years. Christina Towers, 34 years. Michael Elms and Priscilla, 3 years. They came right before COVID. That's so crazy to think about that. And Fred and Lori Young, 3 years. So happy anniversary. So how do we get where we are today, right? How do we get to this challenging market? A lot of changes in our company, a lot of changes in the industry, a lot of changes in a lot of different brokerages, right? So we had a town hall earlier in the year, and it was all about Wycott Reimagine, all the things that were rolling out. So I just wanted to give you a timeline on some of that stuff. So if we go down to number 5, My Marketing Studio powered by Maxell, which is comparable to Canva that they're rolling out for us. That is being rolled out on January 9th. So that's next week, okay? So I know we were like the last rollout of SkySlope, so we're still learning that. And then we have a new thing coming out, but everything, we'll just take our time and take baby steps. Listing presentation overhaul. So they're doing a whole new listing presentation overhaul. They're updating it, they're refreshing it as it needs to be. And so that's coming out at the end of January. The Best of Wycott VIP experience. So for those of you who don't know what that is VIPs are the top 200 agents in the company. We had 5 or 6 agents in our office who made the top 200 last year. So Kim Brechka, Mara Glauberg, Cheryl Towie, the Lee team, the Elms team, they all made it in. I think Cheryl was like 199, but it doesn't matter, right? Isn't that awesome? Better than being 201, right? That's lucky to me. So these were all the top VIP agents. And so they put together some resources for them to give them, because Wycott sort of focuses on the new agent, right? They're more focused, or they've been in the past, on the newer agents and getting them up and running. And then once they get successful, right, they're never on their own because we always have that support, but there's not as many resources for them. So that's what they put together, resources with mortgage and having their own underwriters and having their own mortgage servicing team, having their own MTS. So they get a lot of services, and that is going to be rolled out at the end of the month. So they were introduced to it a few months ago, and now they're putting it into place the end of January. And then the buyer's consultation overhaul will be out at the end of February. So you see My Marketing Studio, that's going to be our new design center. So the new name for design center is going to be My Marketing Studio. They've already started. I know it's already available. They're still moving things over. So that's all being rolled out, right? So that's still coming. So that's just a little update of what they had talked about back in September, October, when they did a town hall, and when those things are actually being implemented this year. This is just, again, the different clusters that are now becoming, how I spoke to you guys a few weeks ago about how I will be now overseeing the Randolph office. Morristown office was overseeing Mendham and Madison. So everybody is either a hub or a spoke. So we're a hub, and we're going to oversee the Randolph office. And what that means to you is really nothing different for you guys, because Donna Spinetta, the manager there, is still going to be the manager in there. She's still going to be running that office. We're going to meet on Thursday and just try to implement coming in the future weeks. Are we going to do meetings together? Are we going to do trainings together? How are we going to implement our calendars together so agents have now more resources than they ever had before, and 2 people to rely on, right? So it's actually benefits you, because you'll have more resources and you'll have more trainings. And Donna is an amazing trainer. So you'll have a lot of those activities to be able to rely on as well. And then just some office news and events. So NCJR membership was due January 1st. If you did not pay, there's a $75 late fee. And you have to pay by the end of the month or they will deactivate your license. It's just the way they are. I haven't gotten a new updated list since the new year, so I don't know. They've been sending them to me every Wednesday or Thursday each week. So I'm sure I'll have one today or tomorrow and I'll be able to see, but and your GSMLS dues are also due as well, right? It's the beginning of the year, and this is when everything is due. Sky Slope, please use it moving forward. Do not use Forms Online anymore. Do not use DocuSign anymore, because at the end of the month, they will not be around anymore. So if you want to make sure you're getting used to all this new system that we have, make sure you're using it. They have trainings every Tuesday and Thursday, and they will continue to have those trainings until infinity. So they'll always have them available to you. I've heard great accolades on the customer service at Sky Slope. If you call, they do answer within 2 rings. They get everybody, they answer questions. So everybody's been really happy with the customer service. If you have any questions, give them a call. You're not going to be on hold. You're not going to be pressing numbers, for recording. They answer within 2 rings and then they'll help you and assist you. And then please, guys, return lock boxes. How could we have 40 lock boxes and 3 listings out there? It doesn't make sense. We should have 200 lock boxes. So please, everybody go into your garage, into your trunk, wherever you put your lock boxes, and please bring back your lock boxes. Because I have a funny feeling that it's every 10 years that they redo the lock boxes. I was part of it 9 years ago, and it was a nightmare. So I have a funny feeling that 10 years coming up, that lockbox exchange is going to be coming up within a year or two. So we have to account for all those lockboxes. Continuing education classes. So we are doing one for our office here. I believe it's February 1st or 2nd. I didn't get a chance to relook at that, but I'll send that in my email today as well. These are other classes that they're having for continuing ed around the state and via Zoom. And then anyone who wants to or is interested in getting their broker's license, next class is coming up on January 17th. So it's a 3-part class. Your, pre-licensing is 75 hours, brokers is 150. So it's the 75-hour pre-licensing you took plus 30 hours of ethics and 30 hours of management. And then obviously the PSI exam again. Refer and earn program is still in effect. I had 2 new agents join us yesterday, and those were both refer and earns. So again, if you work with anybody that you would love, do you think would be a great part of the office, anybody maybe tells you that they're not happy or they're struggling, please, pass on a warm referral and we can get them hopefully in the office. So I wanted to thank David Castro for his referral. I have a meeting with someone on Friday who is an existing agent who is not happy with who they are. Or not who they are, where they are. Maybe they're not happy with who they are, I don't know. And don't forget, we still have the We Do It All guarantee, the $5,000 closing date guarantee. So I just thought this was funny as I was going through past meeting slides. This slide was February 2nd of last year. So it showed us that how the last 5 decades, right? 1970s were 8.86, 1980s 12.7. That's when I bought my first house. 1990s 8.12, 2000 6.27, and then in 2010s 4%, right? And then we went down to 2 and 3. So a nice little graphic to share with your clients again who think that 6% is a crazy high rate and it's going to go down one day. That's not normal. It's more of a normal rate, right? So the current rate at that time was 3.45. February 2nd of last year, 3.45. Imagine that, right? So we're about 3% up now, I guess. Anthony will share that with you. You have to use this button, Anthony, because this isn't working. And I know we just changed. Nothing's working, Mike.
What is it, left, right, or up and down?
I'm just clicking this button.
Down, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Morning, everybody, happy new year. This week's gonna be a little busy this week. We had the interesting end of the year, if you would. Rates kind of went up on us a bit. We kind of saw a big decline going into yesterday, which was good. So we'll kind of see what the rates look like, literally shortly when they come out, so we're hopefully get some help on that end. But, not a lot of data was released last week during the holiday, as typically it usually is. Pending home sales were lower than expected. We did not see traditional Santa Claus rally in the stock market as the year came to a close. Interest rates continued to trend higher, as I mentioned, with the light trading and little data provided direction. Thus, this does not necessarily represent the start of the new trend. However, this week things will heat up. The headline data will be the December jobs report, so we'll see how that plays out. Despite all the rate increases, the job market held up just fine in 2022, and it will be interesting to see whether or not slowed down as the year came to a close. In addition, we will have the release of the Fed minutes, as well as construction spending and factory orders. So you're kind of seeing where the rates are trending right now. We were in the sevens literally 3-4 weeks ago, so we're sitting in a good spot. We were seeing lower rates than this. Some rates on the FHA loans and government stuff, we actually dipped into the fives, which was really, really good. But we'll see how things kind of progress over the next couple of days. So we're running a promotion right now, obviously for buyers that are buying it within the first quarter. If you're purchasing a home and applying for financing with us before March 31st, after you make your 7th mortgage payment, and assuming rates go down, it makes sense for the buyer to refinance. We will be waiving all lender fees. So that's just an advantage for buyers with us. I'm just curious to see how that plays out regarding the rest of the year. Maybe they even extend that going forward. So that's just an advantage for our buyers. Everybody, as I've been mentioning in all the meetings, anybody buying houses within the calendar year is going to be a refinance customer going into next year or the year after, assuming rates go down. You behoove yourself not to. You'd be saving so much money. And I'll have a flyer going out on that. So we could help you make it happen, right? Get me discussed and help you meet your goals for 2023. We have a lot of newer agents. We have new agents coming back. Sit down with me, whatever I could help on your end. As you guys have listings, open house flyers, I immediately get to you guys within minutes. I'd be happy to help you with any, vetting out any sellers or any buyers on that end. If you're meeting with people, whatever I could do to kind of help you on that end. Quick question for the week. According to the study, approximately how many who make New Year's resolutions actually wind up successfully achieving them? Is it A, 40%, B, 10%, C, 20%, or D, 30%?
20%?
What was that, Lanny?
I said 20.
I think 20%.
The answer is B, 10%.
Ooh.
I mean, certainly you're off, man.
Any questions? Questions, what's going on? I mean, well, this was in before. I think the big challenge is just listings. I think the rate thing is obviously a big hurdle. I feel like we've been hanging with these numbers for a while now, rate wise. I think if we have more listings, right, we have a lot better side of the market. But just that was, in our market specifically, there's not a lot of in other markets there are. I know people that are in different markets like Florida and stuff, and they're a bit busier for sure. Because there's more happening. Houses are really sitting a little bit longer. Just like where you stand, it's just you saw a big in the year, multiple offers, it's like nothing like it's just crazy. It's just almost on every deal, and he's 5 times around here. It's amazing. And until that changes, nothing changes.
So I had asked everybody on my accountability call yesterday morning, I said, don't make a New Year's resolution, set New Year's goals. Because resolution, I think, is a negative term in our mind, and we don't follow through. We know whether we don't have to. It's like a wish versus something that we strive to do. So a goal is more something we strive to do. So think of your New Year's goals instead of New Year's resolutions. And so I'm going to ask all of you right now. Anthony doesn't know what I'm about to say, and I'm always scaring and shocking Anthony. So right now he's like, "Oh God." So I'm going to ask everybody right now to make a commitment to me for the year. Just for the year. And that is, please, whenever you get in front of a buyer, any buyers you're working with now, please give Anthony an opportunity to work with that buyer. Just give him the opportunity. Just pass him on. Let him do what he does. Right? And if they make a decision to do something else, that's fine, right? But just give an opportunity. Right now, any buyers you're working with, anybody that you get back up and going again, please, because this, you think you're all hurting this year with the real estate industry? The mortgage industry is hurting more than anybody in this environment. They're hurting more than anybody. There is no refinance going on. Who's refinancing? When you have 2% and 3% mortgage rates, who's buying? How much cash sales do we see going through our office alone? Right? I'm never, at least half of the deals that are going through, at least half are cash deals. So just think about that. Then it comes to the agents that are not controlling their business, and they're just letting their clients choose whoever they want. It's really, really hard. And so they let go a lot more mortgage people on Friday. Anthony's now not only covering us, but he's covering the Chester office, which I'm very happy he is. Right? I'm extremely happy he is, because I want him to have those additional opportunities. But again, I don't want to walk in that office one day and he's not in there, because that's going to kill me. That would be like, that, these two gone, I don't know what I would do, honestly. That would be the death of me.
Yeah, I'll figure it out. Yeah, it's not-
But again,
No, I haven't in a while.
he just has a lot of relationships from West Orange that he still works with. That's what he has. So again, I'm just asking everybody here, when you're talking to somebody, when you're working with somebody, any buyers you have, any buyers you get put in, just give him the opportunity. That's all I'm asking, right? There's not one person in this office who doesn't love Anthony, who doesn't think he's a great guy, who doesn't know. Okay, except for John LeBron. Who doesn't think he can do a great job, who doesn't have trust in him, have every faith in him, right? So just pass it on and let your clients make a decision based on having a conversation with him. Because I already know, I've already talked to his boss yesterday. We had a conversation about something else. And he said to me, hey, they're willing to do stuff. They're willing to do stuff. That's what he said. I'm willing to do whatever it needs to get him the deal. So keep that in mind. I'm passing that on, but keep that in mind. They're willing, Weichert is willing to do whatever they need. So that's my commitment. That's what I'm asking you.
I have no shot. The company is the opportunity. Because I mean, there's still a lot of bad business going on. I speak to all of you, with everybody kind of honestly, all the problems that they're having. I'm like, I don't know how you're having these problems. So not things that you should be dealing with. Fortunately, it's the buyers dictating where these deals are heading, where they're going, who they're working with. Sadly, that, you know, they're being overcharged, misled, or deals are being denied and canceled. I mean, it's such a, even in the small sample of business that we have going on in the office, there's still a lot of people just out there that people working with. I never even heard of. You know, it's just a, it's a sad thing, you know, trying to control that buyer. There's a way that we help people with that. Program related, I mean, we're doing live credits now and stuff like that too as well. So, I mean, there's a lot of different things as far as a consumer, we can help. So, you know, any type of mortgage, biggest challenge is just, you know, getting out to effective.
So. Exclusive listings. So these are the exclusive listings. They've all been on for a while, but here is a list of the exclusive listings that we have in the office. So if there's anything that you think your client might be interested in, that you have a heads up on, you know, obviously reach out to the listing agent. So take a look at these, because we have quite a few. And then new listings on the market, we have 75, oh, she just left too. 75 Grand Street in Boonton, the Grand Victorian with unique architectural detail for $649 with Lori Kaplan. So that's brand new. I think that just hit the market yesterday officially, yeah. Looks beautiful, has a pool, yeah. You do? Well, let us know.
Charming, lovely, updated, family room, in the finished basement downstairs, living rooms with a den, updated kitchen, 1 bedroom on the first floor, 3 upstairs, spa-like, huge, bathroom, master's additions, walk-in closet, and it's being offered at 6.5.
Where is it walking?
Or extension.
Or is it walking distance to town at all, or?
It's in Fairchild.
Your child, okay. Nice, very nice. That's great. Anybody else have anything new that's coming on they want to announce? And then these are, what did I, oh, I went backwards. I'm going backwards. Hello. I'm like, why did I see these already? Okay, and active listings, that was the one. Okay, active listings. And again, these have been on the market. And then the land listings. So anybody have anything else in search of, on the horizon, anything they want to announce? I know Mara and Cheryl are doing a brokers open next week. It was going to be next Wednesday. What time?
In Mount Holland, just Lancers, so. I mean, you could do less ones.
You could do whatever you want.
See what they do this.
I think they used to be message.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Because they usually do.
No. You're very. But you literally have not shown. And I've never done. So I would call that out there. It is a special property. But yeah, let's actually start off.
And a very special seller, very special. I think that, I know he's Wednesday as well. I know he has Wednesday office meetings, so I'm gonna assume that's, his caravan is right after. Because they don't have it at their office, they have it at an outside place, so then they would go right to caravan, but I'll ask them what times they do or whatever. And that's it. Oh, and welcome back, Jerome. Jerome has joined us again.
Here goes. Let's see, it's one or two. Nancy, you're the big winner.
Bye, Missy.
Oh, bye.
Bye, Lenny.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Very good. I mean, we only went. Hey, for like 3 days.
Thank you.
What part that?
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll talk to you then. So once we get you up and running, which might be by Friday or Monday, then we'll get you back in and get everything going. Okay? Yeah, of course. So good to see you.
You too.
Yeah.
But is he being fresh? Maybe whether you're.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Moving on to the morning or the morning, I just go over the other now, right now. No, well, no. We can make them there, maybe start right now, but I guess we're already, like, yeah, for like, if we did take a prep on that. Yeah. But feel good. So we're here on the top. How long later, working on the computer, but oh, the wrong way. My brother, Yeah, yeah. Oh my God. Anyway, it's just, you know, and I'm like, I'm gonna send that thing. I hired, I have a lot of hires. I know, like, yes, let's go. Something's not on it. That's kind of all. You know, and now you think, when I'm talking about this, yeah, but now, people are just like, "Wow, coming in." I know. Now, 14. Oh, God. Anything with the party. Okay, but no, I can say to mom, are you? The mom watching them. Oh, my God. It doesn't matter if you want. I mean, I grew up with my youngest, but I already went through it, boy, yeah. Their friends come over, they're going to hockey game, or there's a hockey game, and, get you before the dog out. They're back up to the whole room, they're all hanging out to see. Honestly, they not even realize that they don't, they're not even crying. That's wrong, one of them, and then somebody got like, well, I was like, this thing. But I mean, like, you just don't know, like, even to our watch, you don't. No, I know. Like, there was no indication in that car that they were drinking, that anybody did anything that they know. I mean, maybe they did more when they got there, I don't know. Yeah. So, you got to expect the devil. Things that Mike was drinking, like, they all went up every year, the gardener killed. Yeah. So back to one of my girlfriends, for some she was there too. Oh, yeah, I know. I'm like, just like, when my kids are like, oh, they trouble, yes, no, well, then drinking. Not, that's not for everybody, I don't mean that, it's not for everybody, but, oh my God, it's crazy. No, I know it is. Oh, I'm like, I can't take it. Yeah. That is, yeah. Don't worry about that. But he also is my health, so like if I have that line, he put that on the bank and like, it was like, I mean, I know you know, we work on, you know, I like it all, but I know it, but I guess he just like her, work here. And then I had somebody that told me the same for me. Okay. Love him, just as our, friends, you have to get them, you get them, it's like neighbors, commercial REO. Oh, yeah, it was, but now, because those inventories are, and like, really want to be, yeah. Oh, yeah, you are, on you, yeah. I figured that much, that like the beginning of our, like, full drag was kind of like weird, and then like when I met him, we met face to face at his office in, yeah, and he was just amazing, he called me, let's grab coffee, he's like, they speak like, help each other out, something else back, you're getting bigger, you have, hoping to love that. I worked when I was in the BMAT, that's what he told me, yeah, that's what he told me. Oh, yeah, wait, that's a guy. Wait, that's a guy. He is not good to anybody. And that, yeah, she is not good to anybody. Like, I'm not good. I know, it's better than me. I would like to think that. No, we are so good. Are you kidding me? I know. I feel like it's some forward. But sometimes I don't know about it. Oh, okay. I bet. Right, he's like, oh, you're dead, right? You're gonna run. It's so much easier than the other day. No, my friends are like, "Why are you doing the other day?" It would be a pleasure.
Oh, my God. That's why she's like, I don't want him to act out, like, believe me, he can't act worse than the agents do. He'll be fine.
I know, it's abandoned for a long time, so she said structurally, she's not sure how it is, it's a small thing. Well, I just was ready to get ordered.
No, I'm good, thank you. No, 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 I'm good. It's already in there, I can't move it. I quite never. Oh. Oh. So much.